Swiss anthropologist Lara Indra and Italian student Laura Tradi carefully removed the earth from around the skeleton.
Oh, so it's here.
They're looking for clues about the age and identity of the deceased. They believe he was a young Soviet soldier.
The dead were left on the battlefield when the war ended because there were too many bodies to bury. They were often placed in military trenches or shallow pits, then covered with soil.
In early 1945, heavy fighting east of Berlin, near the River Oder, claimed the lives of thousands of German and Soviet soldiers. Many of the war dead still lie here. Now, members of the Association for the Recovery of the Fallen in Eastern Europe are excavating the old trenches. At the 2 annual excavations, they've already exhumed the remains of more than 200 soldiers.
You are happy because you find them, but you immediately have a lot of problems. How do you take him out, right? Is anything broken? So there is, of course, excitement because you found them, but there is problems that you have to solve as well.
Experts from across Europe, historians, anthropologists and archaeologists are collaborating on this project. They do this work on a volunteer basis, using their vacation time to look for soldiers' remains. One group of volunteers is from Russia.
We don't think it's right that soldiers who fought against fascism, or German soldiers, lie here in the fields and forests, or in Russian swamps. They should be buried in dignified places, in military cemeteries, where people can go and honor their memory.
Albrecht Lauer, the chairman of the association, coordinates the work. He says the fact that volunteers from the Ukraine and Russia dig here together is an important sign of reconciliation. Together, they can give back dignity to the fallen of the Second World War.
We are here because we want to resolve the fates of these soldiers who senselessly lost their young lives, and at least give them back their names with dignity, with a proper grave and a name.
In order to later identify the dead, the volunteers carefully remove the remains from the ground and look for dog tags or personal items. The more they find, the greater the chance of identifying them and notifying families that their missing relative has been found. This rarely happens, but 23-year-old Daniel Hermann has experienced it once.
That was a moment when I realized that this is hugely important work. With our efforts, and a few leftover papers that were lying around somewhere for 70 years, that person's fate could be revealed.
The next day, the volunteers and guests gather at a military cemetery to bury the remains of 15 German soldiers in a solemn ceremony.
The burials are always very emotional for us. That's why we do this, to give the soldiers their last place of rest.
This is also the end of 1 year of research. So it's almost like how you followed this dead all across their cycle, from their emergence from the ground to their reburial. And that's something quite powerful to behold.
Next spring, the volunteers hope to return and search for more fallen soldiers. Thousands more remain in the area undiscovered. And everyone here knows that only a small number of them will ever be recovered.